Hey, so I'm just kind of sitting here watching an episode of Numbers and thinking about a craving that I'm having for sugar right now and thinking about habits. I think about habits a lot, uh, like way more than most people, just in general. I kind of see everything as habits. I always have. Um, I've always worked to turn anything I learn into habit. But recently I've been reading this book called The Power of Habit, and I'm like, wow, like I wish I would have read this years ago. And it's it's a lot of deep analysis that I was never able to do because I was mostly just assessing myself and other people on a surface level. So it's really good advanced knowledge to connect dots that I had assumptions of, but never knew how deep they went. So I'm loving this book, and it's making me think a lot, especially about cravings, because um, cravings are something that I saw as that addiction moment. Um, when people are addicted, that's the craving, and the power of habit talks a lot about cravings, and that's how all habits start is with a craving. And that was kind of an aha moment where I'm like, wow, I never really connected that dot, but it makes so much sense that every single habit has a craving. And I'm thinking about this craving that I've been having tonight to sugar and the journey I've gone on the past year or two, uh, starting to eat more like my wife and uh, losing a whole bunch of weight. Uh, I used to be well over 350 pounds when I got married, like almost 2 years ago, coming up on that 2 year anniversary. And now I'm, you know, around like 260 or so, a lot more muscle than I used to be too. So that's nice. Side note, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that I started eating like her last year. And I, I started out with just cutting out like sugar and then salt, which was harder for me than sugar. But I saw how they interacted with each other, and if I gave into a salt craving, I was going to give into a sugar craving, and it was like this chain reaction. Like some people, it's like they can't drink without smoking, or they can't smoke without drinking, sort of thing. And that's kind of what sugar and salt was for me. And I cut out probably like 99% of sugar and salt from my diet back then. I've worked in a whole lot more than I cut out since then. Or no, that's not right. I've I don't have that much cut out anymore. Still cut down considerably in my intake of these things. I'm much more conscious of these things to the point where it's like, a couple of years ago, like I'd have like an Oreo and be like sugar overloaded because I was going through withdrawals, and it was bad, like real bad, like. And now I don't have really bad reactions to these things anymore. And we got a tray of baklava at the store the other day, and just to treat ourselves. And it started out, we had a piece of each different type. There were four different types in there. So I had a piece of each different type the first night, and then the second night I had two of each. And then finished it off today. There were two pieces. And I'm having like a really bad sugar craving right now. And I'm realizing that this is the time I had it last night and the night before. And it's really interesting to see those kind of dots being connected, because I'm recognizing the craving and understanding that The craving is kind of like the mindset. The mindset is what motivates us to do the habits, the actions, the choices, those sort of things. Like mindset gives us that energy, that desire to make the choices. And those choices lead to habits because once they go from being conscious to subconscious, it's just what you do. It's a habit sort of thing. And I just wanted to put that out there and share that. Like, you know, haven't done a shower thoughts in a little while. So, um, yeah, let me know what you think about habits and cravings. Let me know if you've read Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit. I'm really liking this book. I'm only a couple hours in. Might be more than that. Might be a few hours in. I might be like 4 or 5 hours in. But yeah, it's like an audiobook. So let me know what you think of it if you've read it. Um, if you haven't read it, reach out to me. I'll send you my copy. Um, and yeah, just let me know what you think about this kind of stuff, how habits work in your life. If you've noticed the cravings, your thoughts on that. Um, if there are any habits that you're working on right now or any habits that you'd like to be working on. I think about this kind of stuff all the time, so I'd like to get your thoughts and feedback on this. So, yeah, thanks for watching.